Okay, so hello, I'm here with another video on airbrush nail art paints, the acrylic kind, because that's the ones that I like to use. My name is Chloe, obviously it's my channel, and we're going to discuss these paints that I got off of AliExpress. This is a 24, because people were complaining about the $140 ones, just the price point, which I worked it out for you. Like if you use them for 4 years, it's 10 cents. So these ones I got from AliExpress. This was way before the tariffs, so I don't know what the import duties is gonna be on them, but my assumption is whatever the current percentage is, 145%. But these paints are $14.95 or 24 colors. This is the bottles. It's the same size bottles as the One Air paints. Let's see. I'm gonna open one. Don't do this at home. You shouldn't do this, but there's no smell. It's kind of globby. Like it looks a little thick. Okay, it doesn't have any shaker balls in them. That's annoying because you have to shake them really good. Like this one is separated. It is a pearl. You can always buy mixing balls and put it in there. I just kind of wish they came with mixing balls. Can you take this off? I'm starting to mix. All right, let me see. Can you take this? Like I said, they're new. I'm just not opening. I think you could probably, yeah, you could take that little squeezy part out and put mixing balls in there. You can buy them probably like off of Amazon or something. So let me show you the full, since I got all of them here on my table, I can show you the full color range. Let me flip the camera. Okay, so this is the full color range of the colors. This is that gold. It's a nice group of colors. Where's red? So as long as you really have primary colors, you can actually make any color. So your primary colors would be your red, yellow, and we'll do this blue because it's more of a true blue. And then your secondary colors are the colors that these colors can make. So that would be green, purple, and orange. So even if you just had these 6 colors, and then they do have black and white. Cool. Like I said, the only thing that I'm really not happy about is that there's no ball bearings in there to shake them up. But let's do a design. So I'm gonna clear the table and we can do a design. Okay, so off camera I did shake these violently, like real crazy, like super shaking them because I want to make sure that they're really good mix. But I'm showing you, I want you to see how much shaking we doing because you want to make sure that they're mixed really well. My hand piece is being cleaned out because I was doing some more airbrushing earlier. We're gonna do a ombre with this yellow and this green, and then we're gonna use black and do a repeating kind of like a reptile scale design. So yeah, I'm gonna tag where, not tag, I'm gonna link, tag is like Instagram, I'm gonna link where everything is from. I do like to see because I'm putting this in my Iwata. It doesn't seem too thick. It kind of does and it kind of doesn't. Like, I don't know. I can't explain it. So I'm going to go with yellow first because it's the lighter of the 2 colors. Just 3 little drops. Because you do not need a ton. It doesn't matter whose it is. There we go. And also, you should be keeping it capped. That was bad, teacher. I want you to notice how far away I am from the actual nail. That's between 2.5 and maybe 3 inches. But I'm not right up on it. Pretty good color saturation. Not gonna lie, I do like it. Very smooth. I am still airbrushing over, like I said, a matte top coated nail. It's just better You don't have to fight with it. When you're using acrylic airbrush paint, you always want to airbrush over a mat because it's not going to stick to a dispersion layer of a gel polish. But I still prefer this over using a gel polish and acetone because you actually control your mix better. So far, I really like these paints. This is a green yellow, so it's going to mix very well with this yellow. Take this little ring thing off. Annoying. 3 little drops in there. Honestly, you really do not need a ton. I suspect that these bottles will last you the same. If you haven't seen my one air video, about the same amount of time as those. Okay, so let's get our yellow green laid in. It's really close. It's not as deep as I would have wanted. Hold on, I might have still had too much yellow in there. Alright. Yeah. That's a smooth ombre. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a smooth ombre. That's a real good transition between the colors. But I do want it darker. So I'm gonna grab this one right here. This one is called Neon Green. I want to give it a little bit more pop. So let me shake this violently and I'll start back over. Okay, so shook it up. Gonna add. Ooh, looks a little thick. It looks a little thick. Now this is the neon green. Yeah, see, it's giving me craft paint consistency. I do not want that. I do not want craft paint consistency. Let's try this other green. Because we don't want it thick. Would y'all see how crazy I gotta shake it? So that neon was too thick. This one is thinner. Notice how it's like it came out, that neon was really coming out thick. So let's try this one and see what we get. Okay, see, that's better. You push that neon, it looks like fine, but it came out too thick in the thing. So let me focus for... That's the kind of transition I wanted. And I'm still same distance away. Okay, so let me try one more time with this neon and see what's up with it. Because it was really feeling very thick. Like, I know y'all seen it come out. Because if it's too thick, it won't even get sucked up into the... Let's play with this a little bit. You can see it down in there, just hanging out. I need a Q-tip. What you have to keep in mind that everything, like, eye waters are great and the one airs are my favorite. So maybe I'm just looking for the one air paint consistency because I like that one. I know how well that works. And I'm just using my cleanser. Remember, I talked about this in another video. It's this Medea cleanser. And because I use this other paint in here when I normally use my one air paints, I'm definitely going to do like a for real clean. on this handpiece after I do the rest of the video, because this is a different consistency, still an acrylic paint, but a different consistency than what I'm used to using, and I don't want it to clog up my machine. And then I leave it in there and it dries, and then I'm mad later. All right, let me see. I'm gonna try one last, probably shouldn't. Try one last time to get this neon rocking, see if it'll do it. I really want to see if it do. I'm rooting for it. I see, like, now that looks neon. Okay, let's move this stuff out the way and see what we get. Everybody shake it one more time. But we're all learning something here. So for the breath of that, it's been sitting there, so it should be dry. It's still too thick. And it looks like it's just that neon. So if the neons, this set came with 1, 2, 3, 4 neons. If the neons is going to be the only issue, it was only $14. I'm not going to try to thin it with anything. Well, $15 total. I'm not going to try to thin it with anything because I feel like that's unnecessary. Let me see what the black is like. Okay, so the black is thin. Yeah, the black is thin, so that's cool. Good. But like, I don't know. It's coming out kind of weird. We'll see. We'll see. I don't hate it. I just don't love it. So this is a repeating design stencil. Okay, so it didn't rip anything off. And what you do with this is, okay. And this is an old stencil, so these stencils do keep their stick, but I always want to check, you know, to see how good or how terrible it is. So what you do with this is you're just going to trace that edge, and I'm using the black. And since this is a repeating design stencil, you take it off and then you move it to the next point, right? And then that's going to give us like a reptile type design. And I'm just tracing it. Now, what I like about my Iwata, in addition to this is working out pretty good, is that the Iwata, this one is a precision handpiece, meaning it's designed to do a tighter spray so that I can do better designs. And so what I see a lot of the girls saying, like, oh, I got an airbrush, but it doesn't work great, or blah, blah. The cheaper ones are not designed to spray like tighter. They're designed for a wider spray. So typically that will be like, if you're having an issue, that's probably it. Where you can't do detail really good, that'll be it. Now back to the paint. I feel like if you're scared and you don't want to do the investment and you're not sure if you're gonna continue with it, I feel like it'll be fine for you. With the neons, I'm not sure, like, if you really need that part. I'm not sure, so that'll be definitely up to you. And then when we're done with this part, just 1 second, we'll go and just go around the edge and very softly cap it off. I have not worn these paints, so I don't know like how long they last. I'm gonna cap it the same way I would have capped the One Air paints. I haven't tried all the colors just yet. I will say so far, you know, cool with what we did. You did see how the green was like being weird, but it was $14.95. It took like maybe two weeks to come. And now I bought these before the pandemic. I will link everything. I don't hate them. I do wish like the neons were better, because, you know, every now and again you have a thing where you want neons. It does not, it feels like dry, but also like kind of grainy, which really doesn't matter. That's just like a observation, because I've been using the One Airs for so long, or there's some other ones that I like from Japan, and they're called Aero Flash, but it's just hard to get them over here. So this is base coat. But I mean, like, all in all, not bad. So we're going to cure this for 10 seconds. Okay, so this is with the base coat cured. And I just wanted to show you that because we didn't have any pitting or anything. Sometimes, like, it will, if the base coat don't like stuff, it'll pit. But this one, it did pretty good. So that is not an issue. Like I said, I haven't worn anything with this on it just yet, which will probably be an experiment that I'll do maybe in the upcoming weeks. If you guys are interested in that, you can always comment below and I will go over, like, I will try it and we'll see how it wears and stuff like that. It's a pretty cute pattern. I'm gonna put this in the lap. We're gonna cure for the 60 seconds or 30 seconds top coat cure. Okay, so this is the final look. Now let's do a recap on what we learned. Okay, so pretty much it came out really good. Some little issues with the neons. It was kind of thick. You can always buy some acrylic airbrush paint thinner, but I haven't tried that with this. Will I try it? Probably not, because I have One Air also, and those are really no fuss for me. Now, if you're just starting out, I don't like to say people like, oh, I want to get beginner products so I don't ruin the other stuff. The only reason I think that's a terrible idea is because each product has its different nuances. So once you learn how to use this one really good, then learning to use the One Air is going to be different because it requires less pull on the trigger. Like this one, you needed a little more force. This one, you waited a little bit more for it to dry, things like that. It was $14.95 on AliExpress. Like I said, I did buy it before the tariffs, so I don't know what percentage we'll be at by the time it comes in, because the percentages on what they charge for tariffs is really based on what the product is. Like certain items have certain percentages that you charge for that product. Do I think it came out smooth? Yes. Do I hate it? Nope. I'm just saying this is a good option if you think you want to like play around and learn how to use stuff first. But my first mind is always to default to learning what you're going to be using all the time, instead of getting a starter kit, and not really a starter kit, but like a starter airbrush or a starter acrylic brush. Start with what you're going to be using all the time, because you create muscle memory, and in that muscle memory, your hand and your mind are like doing it on autopilot. So once you have something different, it's going to be like, ooh, now you got to reassess and relearn how to do it. And you definitely don't want to be doing that on clients. I do not practice on clients. Like, you can just practice on me. No, I practice in my off time because clients are paying me money. And a lot of times they associate you practicing something on them with it being free, and nothing I do is free. I work for my money and I get paid for everything I do when I'm working. So, long and short, this is a cool option. Will I continually use it? Maybe if I run out of something to One Air and I don't get it quick enough. Maybe. But other than that, no, I like that one better. This, however, if you're budget conscious, then yeah, you can start off with it. But like I think I referenced in the One Air video, those paints, my first set lasted me 4 years, and at $140, that's like 10 cents a day for 4 years. So in the grand scheme of things, it's like pay up front for great now or later. Yeah. If you have any questions, comments, or whatever, make sure you comment it down below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that. And I'll put the links to every single thing down there as well, so you can grab what you like. Thank you for joining me. Have a good one.